Learners continue to be exposed in maths and science subjects as the country celebrates the National Science Week at the Central University of Technology out in Bloemfontein. The country is on the drive to push for science, technology, engineering, mathematics and innovation or STEMI fields as the subjects of choice. Various role players as well as exhibitors showcase their innovations as part of the launch at the National Science Week.
As we are at the National Science Week at the Central University of Technology, let's now take a time to listen to the Minister. Minister, can you just brief us on the day activities? The theme for this year, living in a high tech. Should we be concerned? Should I be concerned?
Well, I pose that as a question to the learners, and say, let's have a competition this year. Although I thought about it on my feet, but I just was very impressed that the learners here said they'll be willing to write not more than a page on whether in living in a high-tech world should really be concerned. I would be very curious to hear what they say. Well, one would say in that, of course, without preempting the answering from, because I would also like to hear from young people. High-tech world provides lots of possibilities. Like artificial intelligence that we are talking about today, which is a big topic, the importance of science and technology in developing and growing our economy, modernizing our economy, including mining and beneficiation, health innovation, the local production of vaccines, which we've now reached that stage that we are going to be able to produce some of the vaccines. Thanks to the science, and the modern world that we live in. Of course, there are dangers as well that we must watch. For instance, it's very sad that the current bombing of Gaza by Israel, just to give you a concrete example, and the bombing of Lebanon now, which started this week, they are using drones, amongst other things. Drones is a wonderful technology which should be used to deliver medicines to rural areas, to make better life, rather than using drones to destroy lives. So the high-tech world has also got its downside, because humanity may actually use this to destroy sections of other human beings. So there are concerns on that score, and part of the struggle we must wage is that science should serve society and serve humanity, and not to destroy people. Like, for instance, as I'm making an example, in Lebanon now and Gaza, and in other parts of the world where modern technologies. It's also unfortunate, by the way, that some of the most sophisticated technologies come from the army and the defense forces. If those were to be used to address the challenges that we have, that would actually be very good. That is why we must urge that our approach to science is that, as our slogan goes with the Department of Science and Innovation, making sure it's possible. But the good things, not the bad things. So there are two sides, to science. But as humanity, we should make sure that science is developed and harnessed for the benefit of the poor, for the benefit of the working class, and for the benefit of many people who are marginalized, the people with disabilities, who require, for instance, modern gadgets and things to use in order to be able to be effective citizens who participate in the evolution of society.
Just briefly, Minister, you spoke about the 10-year program that you have as a department. Can you just highlight some of the most important aspects, and also talking to the fact that you are encouraging these learners to focus on the maths and science and not to be afraid from doing those subjects?
Yes. I must say, by the way, this is not the conclusion of the Science Week. It's the launch of the Science Week.
Exactly.
We are concluding it on Friday next week. There's going to be lots of activities that are actually going to be taking place. Our government is guided by what we call a decadal plan, which is a 10-year plan, 2022 to 2032, of science, technology, and innovation priorities. Some of the priorities contained in that document is modernizing our economy, manufacturing, mining, agriculture, and also dealing with threats, by the way, posed by another focus of the decadal plan, climate change. We need science to develop climate resilient infrastructure, for instance. So the decadal plan is also focusing on that. The decadal plan is also focusing on other important things that we no longer should take for granted. The future of work. What is the implication of technology for work and jobs? You know, there is always a potential, of course, to create new jobs, much as other jobs are going to disappear. Like your delivery of newspapers is a job that is disappearing with electronic technologies and so on. Also, we are looking at the future of society. Because one of the negative things about technology, you can go into a household today, you find a mother and a father and the kids sitting in front of television, but no one is watching television. They are on the smartphones, and they are not talking to each other. We may end up actually creating and building a society and families that are unable to communicate. That would be the negative side.